Big Ten Basketball Player of the Week, Keegan Murray leads the Iowa Hawkeyes into the new year. Tonight in Carver Hawkeye Arena, the Hawks host the Maryland Terrapins in the first of 18 conference slugfests in succession. Rabracha faked a move inside, rolls right of the lane, now backs in on the big 7-footer. Jump hook is up and in off the glass. Step back jumper is no good, crawled off the iron courtesy of Eric Ayala. Keegan Murray brings the ball back all the way to the basket, dunks it through. Keegan Murray for three, try to match it, doesn't. It kicks long to Toussaint. Patrick McCaffrey tries a three, it's good. Two for the trip. He races down the floor to Toussaint, to Bohannon. Wide open look for three. That's short. Rebounded. Strong rebound by Keegan Murray up and in. There's a high pass catch to Chris Murray to the wing to Big Brother, and he hits the jump shot. I say Big Brother because he's playing big. Keegan Murray drains a three. Here's Toussaint, scores coast to coast. Baseline, just drove the ball all the way in on Maryland. 47-44 Terps. Rebound Rabracha. Back out to Toussaint, to Keegan Murray for three in the tie. Good! Rabracha with the offensive rebound. Hawks are back in front by one. Toussaint with a steal. A lob ahead for Perkins. Tony heading downtown. Layup good. Timeout Maryland as the Hawkeyes with their defense have scratched back. Aaron Eulis driving down the left side of the key. Double team. Throws it to the wing. Keegan Murray for three. Good! Oh, man! What a move. A drive and a dish through a double team by Aaron Eulis.
Yeah, Hawkeyes came out really hot to start the game, and then Maryland switched the tempo up and went into a little zone defense there, pressed up a little bit, and they got back into the game. The Hawks had to claw their way back up the ladder, but 35 points career high for Keegan Murray was phenomenal, and the Hawks enough free throws at the end to put them away.
Good test at home to toughen up the Hawks as they head to Madison on Thursday night. They win it over Maryland 80-75.
On this chilly Sunday morning, and we've got basketball for you today as the Iowa Hawkeyes at 6-3 get a non-conference game against the Evansville Purple Aces. Gets it ahead to Clark. She'll fire a three-pointer and swishes it from the right wing. That's the Caitlin Clark we're used to.
It is. Another milestone. Caitlin Clark did surpass the 1,000 career points thus
Correct,
far.
already.
I mean, lots of people do that.
Early in her sophomore year, huh?
Anytime you reach 1,000 points in your career in general, that's a big accomplishment. But Monica did it as well. So I think that really just speaks to the offense we run and really our philosophy. I mean, we like to score the ball. Yeah, and I think Coach Bluter and my teammates really just put me in positions to be successful, and that's one of the reasons I came here.
She's also the fastest Big Ten basketball player to get to 1,000 points. She did it in 40 games. That's incredible. And the 8th in NCAA history to get to 1,000 points in 40 games. Just incredible numbers. Happy for Addie being able to get our first career double-double. And really happy with those 12 rebounds because that's something we need. She led us in offensive and defensive rebounds, and really glad for her to get first of what's going to be many double-doubles in her career. But our third quarter was really good. I thought our start to the game was good. Second quarter, we kind of dipped down there. But again, very, very pleased that we got to play today.
The Heartland is brought to you by the University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. And by Athletico Physical Therapy. It all starts here. everybody, to the Citrus Bowl, the Verbo Citrus Bowl in Orlando, Florida, and Happy New Year. The Hawkeyes and the Kentucky Wildcats square off in a high noon kickoff. The Hawkeyes have been bowl eligible in 19 of Kirk Ferentz' 23 seasons. Mark Stoops, who played at Iowa, leading the Kentucky Wildcats onto the field. Here at the Citrus Bowl in Orlando, 80 degrees at kickoff time. Robinson's in the slot this time. They wing a tight end left. Levis to throw toward Robinson. Now he comes back the other way and comes to the underneath guy, the tailback. Touchdown, Kentucky. And here's Levis. He's back to pass. Hawks get some pressure on him. Down he goes. Zach Van Valkenburg has eaten up that tackle this series. Patriots roll out on a play fake. Lobs caught by Laporta. He's inside the 15, down to the 11-yard line. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch and run, too, by Laporta. Second quarter here at the Citrus Bowl. The Hawks will have to settle for three from sure-toed Caleb Shudak. This one comes from 28, and he hooks it right through. 7-3 Kentucky. 4 wideouts, and now Rodriguez, the running back, goes in motion. Here's Levis. He's going to be dropped by Joe Evans. Kentucky with the football at the Iowa 46 after a big sack, and down goes Levis again. Zach Van Valkenburg is having some kind of first half. And at the intermission, Kentucky leads 13-3. For first and 10. The 5 yards. Here's LaShawn Williams running out of an arm tackle straight down the gut. Here's Petrus. They run the reverse. Arlen Bruce has got a blocker in open space. Touchdown, Iowa! Touchdown, Iowa! No flags. And the Hawks are back to within a field goal.
That was blocked so clean, and it was Sam Laporta out leading the way. What a great call and great execution.
And getting to the outside, Gavin Williams up the sideline, running across the 25. They set up the screen. Ivory Kelly-Martin trying to get that first down. Good protection. Here's the pass caught for a first down. It's Luke Lachey. Petrus to throw on a play fake. Throws it to Laporta. He's got a blocker. 40, 35, 30. Blockers in front of him. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Iowa! Touchdown!
That was a beauty, and the execution was even better.
Iowa trying to get one more stop. Here's Levis back to pass. Throws, and it is caught at the 30. And down to the Iowa 20. Still going. Going to be a touchdown. Now, wait a minute. They mark him out at the 1. After the false start, they hand off to Rodriguez. He runs out of a tackle into the end zone. Kentucky leads it 20-17. Back to pass is Petrus. He throws, and it's nearly intercepted. Or is it intercepted?
Intercepted.
The Hawkeyes roared back from a 13-3 deficit.
Both teams left it all on the field. I just feel so bad for this Hawkeye team.
Today's broadcast is sponsored by Extreme, powered by Mediacom, the internet preferred by Hawk fans. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless and the official wireless provider of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
I don't know if I have the words to do justice or to accurately describe what Dr. Grant has meant to me and to our Iowa field hockey family. Her impact on my career as a female athlete and coach was transformational. I first met Dr. Grant when I was 17 and being recruited by Iowa. It was a privilege to meet her at that time in my life, and the opportunity to be a student athlete at Iowa under her leadership in the late 90s was life-changing. I feel even luckier to have had her presence, friendship, and guidance during the last 20 years of my coaching career. I wore this sweatshirt today for Dr. Grant because it was her absolute favorite logo, and it represents to so many women the unbelievable pride, history, tradition, and championship culture that she created within women's athletics at Iowa during her 27-year tenure as athletics director. For almost 50 years, each time the Iowa field hockey team ran out onto Grant Field, appropriately named in her honor, Dr. Grant was there. Iowa field hockey would not be what it is today without her, and I know I speak for the countless women who have had the opportunity to play and coach for this program that Dr. Grant's memory deserves nothing less than our endless gratitude. She unquestionably dedicated her career and life to the belief that the world is a better place when women have an equal opportunity to compete at every level and on an equally challenging field upon which to achieve their goals. We will strive to live up to her example of excellence and especially to champion her life's work of creating equal opportunities for girls and women in sport and life. Thank you, Dr. Grant.
Dr. Grant's legacy
will be remembered as somebody that has provided opportunity for thousands and thousands of girls and women to enjoy the benefits that come out of participating in sport. And I'm always amazed because Dr. Grant is known on a national level. I mean, she has received awards nationally, and yet sometimes locally we forget about this woman that's an icon in our own community. And that's why I was so excited when they named the Dr. Christine Grant Elementary School in North Liberty, because it kind of brings more attention to her right here in our community. Dr. Grant meant so much to me personally because she obviously hired me to be the coach here at the University of Iowa, but I know she paved the way to give me opportunity to be the head coach here for many years, and just to be a part of the game of women's basketball. She has done so much for all sports, and especially, you know, women's basketball. She's in the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. She taught me to think in a different way. She taught me to realize inequities that I hadn't seen before. She opened my eyes to some of these issues.
When I made it to state as a high school senior, Dr. Grant was the speaker at the breakfast that year. And I remember being so inspired. And I think I've always been kind of an old soul. I think at the breakfast, you know, a lot of people were probably trying to think about, you know, winning the game, or maybe weren't as focused on the tidbits of Title IX. But I remember just being, you know, so enamored with what Dr. Grant was saying, and I remember introducing myself to her. And then I went on about my way and so forth. But then watching and learning even more about her as my college career unfolded, obviously being at Drake and everything Dr. Grant was doing and had done, and then getting to come over here. My mind flashes back to that moment at Betts Auditorium in Des Moines, and which the girls' state tournament in this state has a whole lot of lore. And then meeting the woman who was responsible for so much nationally at that event, and not really knowing how that was all going to intersect later, was really another really neat moment.
The Heartland is brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of Iowa Hawkeye football. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. And by the University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives.
One of the great gifts that Dr. Grant gave to the student athletes here on the women's programs at Iowa was the time and dedication she took to picking the best leaders and mentors as head coaches for the women's student athletes at Iowa. She was famous for having a really difficult vetting process when she went through her hiring searches. And it was really important for her to hire the best people to be able to come in here and lead the young women. And I was a beneficiary of having tremendously positive head coaches who impacted my life as a student athlete at Iowa. And so I'm so grateful for her for hiring wonderful men and women that led me throughout my collegiate career. And in addition to being such a giant on the national stage, Dr. Grant was somebody who was personally invested in all of the women's student athletes that were here at the University of Iowa. For me personally, one of my favorite stories is there was a cold winter day in January when she had sent a request for me to join her on a trip to an iClub event in southern Iowa. And I met her and we got in her red sports car and drove about 45 minutes south to visit an iClub function at an Elks Hall. And she spoke to me about Iowa and asked about my personal experience and my academic areas of studying on the drive down. And we got out of the car and she told me just to be natural and go ahead and speak and tell my story to the donors who were at the iClub function. And we had a wonderful evening together. And it's one of the memories that I always treasure about her is that she gave opportunities to young women to also be involved and to do public speaking and to tell their stories. She also always was invested in my career, and she wrote my letter of recommendation to an internship at the White House. She wrote my letter of recommendation to law school. She took time and wanted to be involved in my successes and wanted to advocate for me in a way that extended beyond my experience here as a women's tennis player.
Dr. Grant's accomplishments are well documented, but maybe the greatest tribute that can be paid to her is seen through the thousands of lives upon which she had an incredible impact. The respect and admiration of all those people with whom she came in contact is, to me, maybe the greatest trait that I can associate or think of as it relates to Dr. Grant. So saddened for the loss of a great leader, but it does give us a chance to really celebrate a life that accomplished so much and had a positive impact on so many people. We're going to miss her, but certainly respect and admire all that she did during her lifetime.
Latham High-Tech Seeds is proud to partner with the Iowa men's basketball team in raising money for every free throw made by the Hawkeyes all season long through the Hawkeye Charity Stripe promotion. All proceeds benefit the American Cancer Society and Coaches vs. Cancer program here in the state of Iowa. Latham High-Tech Seeds, cheering on the Hawkeyes from the free throw line and helping with cancer awareness efforts all across the state of Iowa.
Big Flamingo fan. It's beautiful. Sounds great. Love to see it.
We're pretty much on top of them, so that was pretty sweet. Pretty smart animals. They were doing a lot of different tricks that I didn't know they could do.
What you got, Reg? Just on the cam? Oh, no. Go home. I'm done. Oh, my God. Dang. Watch this.
He gonna miss. That's basically a miss, bro. That's basically a miss. Oh, that's the word.
What's up, guys? I'm here with my boy Justin. We're heading off to Universal Studios. What are you looking forward to the most?
Man, just these roller coasters for real. I'm about to see what they got.
Trying to get some nice healthy food, nourish the body.
I'm really looking for it.
From a young age, I just loved it. For the magic? It's for the magic. It's definitely for the magic, for sure.
That was probably one of the better roller coasters I've ever been on in my whole life.
Do they have roller coasters in Australia?
No, we don't have...
Exactly. So
we don't have fun in Australia, would you believe it?
So
yeah.
That's the only roller coaster you've ever been on?
Yeah, correct.
This has been a presentation from Learfield,